It's going to start to feel more like fall for the beginning of next week.
All right, fall does not sound bad to me. Thank you so much, Victoria. In today's Money Talks, we're talking about two buzzwords that are really taking the workforce by storm. So we're talking about quiet quitting and then quiet firing. We have Don Bruson from the Haslam College of Business at UT joining us. Thanks for being here today, Don.
Thanks, Lexi. It's good to be back.
Of course, of course. So let's start with quiet quitting. What is that?
Well, nobody's actually quitting. What's going on is we've got this great reshuffling or reevaluation. Everybody's reflecting on the importance of work in their lives. And some people are saying, look, we don't have to be on our phones all the time for the boss. We don't have to respond to emails at night. We don't have to work those weekend shifts. We can scale back to something more manageable. It's being called quiet quitting because you're sort of scaling back your work effort to just what you're expected to do and not much extra.
And it's kind of getting away from that hustle culture, correct?
Yeah, that's it. We've had this culture of overdoing it. The phones make it so much easier to be attached to our jobs all the time, 24/7. And people are just finally saying, you know what, we don't have to do that anymore. We can get our job done within a more manageable time frame and achieve a much better work-life balance.
So the question is, what does this mean for the economy?
Yeah, that's where it becomes really interesting. So if workers are scaling back their effort a little bit, we might start to see this in some of the macroeconomic trends. And what we're seeing right now, this is something we're tracking on, is a slight reduction in productivity in the last couple of months, in the last quarter. So what we have are employment numbers tracking really fast. We've got really great jobs reports. We talked about it last month. But the economy isn't growing quite as fast. And so output per hour is falling off a little bit. And the real issue is, what do employers do with this?
And that kind of leads us to the next question about the reverse side of this, quiet firing.
Right. So again, nobody's actually being fired, but an employer who's seeing this kind of behavior happening might respond by saying, I'm not going to invest as much in those workers who are not doing as much extra work. And so rather than fire that employee, they might just try to make the job a little less comfortable.
So looking at this trend here, I guess, should we be concerned? What does this mean?
What is really concerning to me is the quiet part of both of these things.
Yeah.
This is really a great opportunity for employers and employees to come together and communicate about this. I think there is an equilibrium out there, but we just have to talk to each other. If we feel like the job is taking over too much of our life, let's talk to the boss about it. If we feel like our workers aren't doing their jobs, let's talk to them about it. It's a good time for honest feedback in both directions.
All right, so kind of hopefully removing that quiet part and just having real communication is key. Thank you so much, Don, for coming on in today.
Thank you.
And we're going to have all this information online, and of course, we're going to share this interview as well. Stick with us. We'll be right back after this quick break.